is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, everyone can enjoy.
Calls in the storms Thursday.
Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling her.
For the first time in a long, they had a limit. Send us some of your men.
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station following his
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News at 10.
Right now at 10, deadly robbery. A pawn shop employee turns the tables on a group of would-be robbers, shooting and killing one of the suspects. The others cause quite the mess in their attempts to escape. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jonathan Martinez.
And I'm Sion Rhodes. This story is still developing tonight as police gather evidence at that pawn shop and search for at least one of the people involved in this deadly debacle.
Now, this all started around 3 o'clock this afternoon at the store on Richmond Avenue near Wesleyan. Channel 2 Sally Mamdou joins us here now with the details she just learned from the shop's owner. Sally?
That's right, Jonathan. He tells me that two suspects came into the store with the intent to rob the store. One of his employees fired at one of the suspects. Then the other suspect fled, then drove in his truck, backed into their shop, as you can see, causing severe damage. Police say blocked portion of Greenway Plaza as police continue to piece together just what led up to a deadly shooting inside this pawn shop.
There are multiple suspects to be involved. We're not exactly sure the exact number.
Police say there was an argument between the suspects and the employees of the shop, but the owners inside the pawn shop tell us it was an attempted robbery. The owner says one of the two suspects that walked into his shop held an employee at gunpoint demanding money. At that point, the owner says one of the employees fired at the suspect, killing the suspect. The owner says the second suspect then ran out of the shop, got into this truck, and rammed into the pawn shop before speeding off.
There was a very loud bang, so it was really scary.
Neva Lee, who works at the restaurant right next door to the pawn shop, recalls hearing the shots.
We heard two gunshots, and when I got out, I saw a truck ram into the store next to us, and I broke all the windows.
Victoria Madison wasn't working at the tanning salon next door at the time of the shooting, but says her coworker caught a scary glimpse of the shooting coming from the truck.
They started shooting, I guess, outside their window whenever they left.
The truck was recovered just a block away from the scene, abandoned. And the owner actually tells me this is the second time his store got robbed. Now, last time they actually robbed the store. This time was an attempted robbery, but he tells me that he's had enough and he plans to shut down for good. In the meantime, police are still looking for that second suspect. Anyone with information should call Houston Police. We're live in Upper Kirby. Sally Mamdou, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Sally, thank you so much for that update. A 5-year-old boy in Katy has been rushed to the hospital after being hit by a car. It happened on Breenwood Trails in Breenwood Park around 8 o'clock this evening. evening. Harris County deputies say the child suffered a head injury. As for the driver that hit the child, deputies say they stayed on the scene and were not impaired. The child is expected to survive.
A smoke shop employee is in the hospital tonight after being shot during a late-night robbery in southeast Houston. The person who shot her is now on the run. Police say a man wearing a black hoodie and ski mask walked into the store at Alameda Genoa and the Gulf Freeway. Once inside, he demanded a customer's wallet and cash from the register. The employee apparently tried to reach for a gun, but the man shot her several times. But police say she is expected to survive.
Tonight, a former HISD elementary school teacher is in jail awaiting to go before a judge for the first time since his arrest. 46-year-old Raymond Williams was arrested today and is charged with indecency with a child. According to court documents, he allegedly touched a 10-year-old girl inappropriately in January of last year. The incident allegedly happened while he was a teacher at Cashmere Gardens Elementary School. He left the school district back in June.
Tonight, a desperate search in League City for a missing Army veteran. Texas EquiSearch searching for 36-year-old Aaron Balaban. He was last seen leaving his League City home on Monday. Balaban has light brown hair and blue eyes. He was wearing blue jeans and a dark green puffy jacket. Balaban served in Iraq. Call police if you've seen him. Family, friends, and loved ones gathering today to remember a man whose life was taken too soon. A barbecue fundraiser held in support of the family of 26-year-old Ricardo Sepulveda, killed last week by a hit-and-run driver. Ricky was helping his cousin buy a motorcycle and took it for a test drive near 45 and Gulf Bank. His family says Ricky stopped at a red light when a car hit him and drove away. Tonight, they're calling for justice and for the driver who killed him to turn themselves in.
Whoever did this to do the right thing, it's never too late.
You would stop and try and help an animal. Why would you leave my son in the street? Why would you do that?
His family says he was studying to become a pilot and that his memory will live on through them.
Hundreds of people had a chance to make it right over at the George R. Brown Convention Center today. The Harris County DA's office helping people to clean up their criminal record with the Make It Right program. The event helps expunge outstanding Class C warrants and other pending charges for free. Those taking part also had access to legal advice and second chance employers.
So it's a relief. It's a relief to know that I won't be arrested, my car taken, my truck taken, I'm going to jail, and I can't get out.
The people that I see remind me of my friends and family, and so it's very satisfying. I just wish that in other states they did something similar.
This is the fourth year for the Make It Right program. Well, this weekend, the Houston Fireballs are hosting 7 power soccer teams.
This is the first ever international power soccer tournament in Houston, and the players kicking off in motorized wheelchairs. Mexican power soccer teams placing their talents against the top U.S. teams. Fans coming up to cheer on their favorites. Those teams coming together to unite players with disabilities.
Lots of drills, especially with passing the ball and communication. We do have players that communicate differently. Some of them may be nonverbal, so you have to learn to look for their signals.
Well, the excitement on the floor stemming from all the hard work. Those teams train all year long and travel all over the world.
The Knights of Momus ringing in Galveston Mardi Gras with a grand ball and royal announcement as well. 2020 Momus King and Queen were crowned this evening. This year's King, Gary Peters, his Queen, Franny Kuznarek. They, along with the Duchesses, will lead the Grand Night Parade that'll be happening next Saturday down the island. The theme this year is Sail Through Scandinavia. You can watch that parade right here on Channel 2 as well. We have everything you need to know about this year's Mardi Gras celebrations, including a schedule of events right now on click2houston.com. All you have to do is search for Mardi Gras. Well, tonight we are getting our first look at a royal wedding. Well, Houston sports royalty anyway.
Yes, J.J. Watt and Kalia Ojai tying the knot tonight. Ojai's former Dash teammate Amber Brooks posting this video of the happy couple on the dance floor at their reception in the Bahamas. The couple sharing a kiss while guests cheered them on. Another look at all the love from a photo booth pic. Now, you may want to call the lovebirds Mr. and Mrs. Watt. JJ, he says he's Mr. Kalia Watt. Look at his collar there. The power couple getting engaged 9 months ago while on vacation in the Bahamas. We've got more videos and pictures of the wedding on our website, click2houston.com. You'll find them on the homepage. Congratulations to the happy couple.
Indeed. Buffalo Wild Wings worried about business or being sincere?
Still ahead tonight, the chicken chain's apology to the city of Houston after it received backlash for a tweet about the Houston Astros.
And the party's just getting rolling down on Galveston Island right now. The Gambrinas parade just wrapping up, and the folks will be out there for quite some time. We'll talk more about what it's like for tomorrow's forecast there, and a spring-like Sunday for the rest of us. But does that mean some spring-like showers? We'll get into it.
And caught on camera, a scary situation for an Arkansas family. Masked men break into an apartment and terrorize two teens. How their mother is reacting after that frightening ordeal. That's next on Channel 2 News at 10.
We need to.
You're watching Channel 2, Houston's home for news.
An Arkansas family says they are grateful to be alive after four men broke into their apartment and held two teenage boys at gunpoint. A terrifying situation, all caught on camera. Video shows the men grabbing everything in sight, all the while telling the two boys to stay on the floor. The boy's mother says one of her friends was watching the men, when the robbers forced themselves into the apartment and took almost $10,000 worth of items from their home.
It hurted so bad to me. All the other stuff, I didn't care about that. But what I cared about the most was them young men laying there with guns to their head. These guys threatened to take their life away for whatever have you.
Alti says she believes her family may have been targeted. Police are still investigating this case.
New developments in the investigation of the deadly stabbing of Barnard College student Tessa Majors, who was killed in a Manhattan park in December. Police say they've arrested a 14-year-old boy in the case. He is being charged as an adult with 1 count of intentional murder and 1 count of felony murder. A 13-year-old has also been arrested in connection to Majors' death.
Turning now to the future of space, a resupply spacecraft is heading to the International Space Station following a successful launch from a NASA facility in Virginia.
2, 1. We have engine start. Liftoff and Perry.
And there it goes. The spacecraft is carrying more than 7,500 pounds of experiments and supplies for the orbiting laboratory. The spacecraft is scheduled to arrive at the ISS early Tuesday morning. One New York State trooper is faced with an unusual standoff yesterday.
It all started when that trooper responded to a call about a wandering horse on a snow-covered road. Sure enough, the trooper found the horse, but the horse refused to move. Look at that picture. State police say the trooper tried to lure the horse back to his home with alfalfa, but he was more interested in licking the salt off the patrol car. No word how long the two spent together out on that snowy road before the horse decided to just go on home. Sounds like a Lil Nas X song, doesn't it? You're getting a live look outside on this crisp Saturday evening. We're hearing tomorrow is going to be beautiful, but winter is coming back. Justin's got the full forecast next.
And Buffalo Wild Wings not getting a lot of love from H-Town following a controversial retweet that took a jab at the Houston Astros. But tonight, they're trying to get a little love back. Their apology on the way.
Buffalo Wild Wings walking back its comments made last night about the Astros cheating scandal.
Social media put the restaurant on blast, even calling for boycotts of the chain after it called out the Astros without exactly saying their name. In case you missed it, here's a tweet that started the social media firestorm. Buffalo Wild Wings retweeting a news story about Manchester City's ban for the next 2 seasons, adding the caption, "That's how you punish a team that
No, they
cheats."
said that's. It's all caps,
Whoa.
Jonathan. You got
That's.
That's.
Right.
Well, tonight, Buffalo Wild Wings tweeting a different tune, saying in part, quote, "So last night was the roast of Buffalo Wild Wings, courtesy of the city of Houston, and honestly, we deserved it. We're sorry about what we posted." That's it? That's the apology? Okay.
All right.
Okay, BW. W. That's it.
That's it. No, I don't accept that. I'm
We
sorry.
don't accept
No, not at all. If you say it, own it.
Add us next time.
No, for real. If you say it, if you say something like that, own it.
Okay.
Just own it.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
There's a cute dog behind you.
Thank you. I do have a cute dog behind me here, and I'm about to get in a Twitter fight with some.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go
with
ahead.
some like sriracha wings here. I better watch out. This little fella right here was getting this from Peyton down in Galveston, getting ready for having a little bit of fun out on the island tonight so far. It's looked pretty good. And in fact, we've got 61, 61, and about 63. Cloudy skies, and we're starting to see a little bit of fog develop. It's going to take a little bit of time tonight because the winds are still fairly elevated, but the temperatures today that we're all sitting in the upper 60s. Notice that you just saw what the current temperatures are. We have not cooled much, and so that means that that pretty steady southeast wind, I should say, is going to continue to keep us in the low 60s and upper 50s. So no more of those upper 30s that we saw early yesterday morning when we were tanking, but you had a lot of sunshine to help warm things up. You got a little more moisture moving back in as well. These winds continue to go calm tonight. I do expect to see the fog becoming a bit more of an issue. So far, so good. But notice as we take things about midnight going into the overnight hours, there's a chance that we could be looking at some patchy, dense fog. It looks, I think it's a little overdone on our futurecast here. I would put it west and south as the sea fog moves inland late tonight. I think that's when we'll really start to see some of the effects of that. And that will be around likely through early church services. So just keep that in mind that you may need to budget in a few extra minutes. By the time we get to lunchtime, should be done. We've actually got a fairly decent looking afternoon forecast. That said, we've got a little area of low pressure starting to develop just off to the south of the coastline here. Notice we're jumping a little tighter on that. It's just some sprinkles at best. And that's about all we'll see. And I think that'll basically be from Galveston over towards the Bolivar and Sabine Pass, and that's it. Everybody else likely will not see anything through the night tonight, and there's just kind of a quick sprinkle over maybe Liberty County as well. But the temperatures, as you notice, don't really budge much. They kind of sit in the mid-50s, upper 50s, and then as we get towards tomorrow afternoon, break out a little bit of sunshine, and that sunshine will help take those mid-60s, which is kind of where we were today, and quickly jump it back up into the 70s. So it's going to be a very spring-like feel to tomorrow's forecast, and lock that in for a couple of days, because as this high moves off to the east, we're waiting for this front to get here. Now, it's not going to reach here until Wednesday, so that means both Monday and Tuesday, spring-like clouds, shower chances slowly increasing, think 20–30%, and then eventually this front swings through. Now, it doesn't necessarily clear, and we cool everything down, and it clears out. It's going to linger near the coast, and that'll allow for these little ripples in the atmosphere to come sliding through there. All the really cold air is going to be bottled up towards the Panhandle and up into the southern plains, but notice we could get, if you're going out, let's say, towards El Paso, they could see a little bit of wintry precip. That's mainly going to be the last day of any rain chances for us on Thursday. Once that's out of here, we'll clear things out as we get to Friday and Saturday, and certainly cooler as well. So while tomorrow we jump it into the 70s, check out this 10-day forecast. We're going to go 70s, 70s, same thing Tuesday, crash it into the 50s by Thursday and Friday. And then for weekend number 2 of Galveston, including the MoMA's parade, that's going to be right here on Channel 2 next Saturday night. Should be decent weather, chilly in the morning, but should be nice and comfortable by the afternoon. And of course, that gentleman right there, Canberra Marshall, actually just left a few hours ago. He's a monster. He will be here along with Sophia and Jacob tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. They will have their coffee mugs ready, as they always do on Sunday mornings, and they will get you out the door.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Justin.
You betcha.
All right, Vanessa's in. We're talking sports.
Yeah, Carlos Correa had some interesting comments today. We're going to digest those from spring training. We're also going to talk about Calvin Sampson and the Cougs. They're on the road at SMU. How that game went, that's coming up in sports. Welcome into the Xfinity Sports Desk. Well, it's been an eventful offseason, to say the least, for the Astros. Our sports director, Randy McAvoy, is in West Palm Beach with all the info on the very rainy day 3 of spring training.
We had hoped that day 3 of spring camp would be strictly about baseball, but it wasn't. Mother Nature interfered as rain came through the area most of the morning and early afternoon, forced the Astros pitchers and catchers to cancel outdoor bullpen sessions, but some got their work done on the covered mounds. Today, more on the fallout since the Astros' apologies. Dusty Baker is concerned about protecting his hitters after a retaliation threat from Dodgers pitcher Ross Stripling.
I'm depending on the league to try to put a stop to, this seemingly, premeditated retaliation that I'm hearing about.
Astros ace Justin Verlander agrees that Major League Baseball needs to do its job.
I think the commissioner's made it very clear in the past few seasons that throwing a baseball at somebody intentionally isn't an appropriate form of retaliation. The problem is knowing if it's on purpose or not. But I guess when you come out and say I'm going to do it on purpose, then you know.
As for camp, Verlander says while Garrett Cole will certainly be missed, this staff and team is built to win. It starts with being a cohesive unit to combat what they'll face on the road all season.
I think it'll be like walking into a visiting stadium in the playoffs every time we go anywhere. At least we've experienced that before.
Verlander described this rocky offseason as the most taxing mentally he's ever been through as a player. He says now, though, is the time to lock in and hopes winning will earn back some respect for this team. In West Palm Beach with the Astros, Randy McAvoy, KPRC Channel 2 Sports.
All right, thanks, Randy. Well, today MLB Network aired a lengthy interview with Ken Rosenthal and Carlos Correa. Correa was extremely passionate and vocal, we'll say, but what he defended the most, Jose Altuve. He said Altuve never wanted to cheat, insisted Altuve earned his MVP titles fair and square, and never wore a buzzer in that famous 2019 video of his walk-off homer to beat the Yankees.
Everybody in the league respects Jose Altuve, and this is why I'm talking about him, because he's too humble to talk about him not using the trash can system. And he's such a great guy that he stood up there and he apologized even though he didn't use that system.
All right, Kelvin Sampson and the Cougs had a convincing win against Wichita State last week. Tonight, they were on the road at Southern Methodist. This was Marcus Sasser's night. Down by 3 with 3 seconds left. Sasser fouled, makes all 3 free throws to send it into overtime. Sasser then buried another 3 once they got into overtime, but even his career high of 26 points, not quite enough. Cougs lose by 1 point. And Houston Cougar baseball taking on Youngstown State. Clay Aguilar with the strikeout gets out of the inning later. Blake Key up and absolutely lights one up, bomb to left field. 1-0 lead for Houston Cougars, but they fall 6-3 in extra innings. And Rice Owls trying to even the series with the Longhorns at Reckling Park. First inning, Texas Eric Kennedy with the RBI single to drive in. Duke Ellis makes it 1-0 Longhorns. Rice trying to hit back. Austin Bullman crushes one to right field, but check out that catch from Austin Todd. Runs into the wall. Texas wins 4-0. Obviously, we want Rice to win that one, but that was a really good catch.
That was an awesome catch.
It was a good catch. We'll give him that. All That's right. pretty good.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Wrap it up with some weather here. All right, so watch out for the fog early tomorrow morning. Nothing out there yet, but it's still early fog-wise in terms of that. That comes right around sunrise. So otherwise, we should be okay tomorrow. Mid-70s, a little more rain as we get in towards the middle of the week. And then, hey, look, winter's back. 50s.
Wouldn't you know it? All right, thank you, Justin.
And thank you for joining us. Saturday Night Live is next.
You have a great evening.
Yes.